Hi, I'm Dave Fitzgerald from NGD Cars, North Glen Dodge. This is my '69 Dodge Daytona. Hopefully you've already seen it on our website or on our Facebook site. Check it out. We've got lots of fun pictures and lots of interesting things to look at. This is a 1969 Dodge Daytona. Now, they built the Daytona just 1 year. They built the Superbird the year after in 1970. That was a Plymouth. Similar looking cars. They made 503 Daytonas, and they made, I think, 127 Hemi Daytonas, making this a very, very rare automobile. Now, this example has only 20,000 miles on it. And the Daytona was a very special automobile for lots and lots of reasons, and today it's one of the most highly prized collector cars, muscle collector cars out there that you can get. This one is only 20,000 miles, and it has some interesting features. Now, what I like about this car in particular is I almost like the color. I didn't like it when I bought it, but the petty blue and the lack of wheel opening moldings and the painted steel wheels kind of give it a Richard Petty strip weathers from the movie Cars kind of feel to it, and it gets a lot of attention, so it's a lot of fun to drive. Plus, the paint job on this car, it's not so good, so I can drive the vehicle and not worry about it. I drive all my cars. But, you know, a lot of times when you've got something that's restored to such a high level, you're a little afraid to drive it. This one, it's just a fun car. The steel nose cone on the Dodge Daytona was one of the most distinguishing features about it. Now, the nose cone actually worked. And this nose cone is pretty much the same piece that came on the NASCAR cars that ruled NASCAR in 1969 and 1970. The nose itself is produced by Creative Industries. And Creative Industries also produced the rear wing and also the back plug. Creative Industries applied this to this vehicle with the headlight doors installed. This has a system of vacuum operated headlight doors that will roll up so you can drive the vehicle at night. So pretty much the only difference between this and the NASCAR nose is the addition of the buckets. Now, underneath there's a front spoiler. You can't see it from your vantage point, and then there is a panel, a front valance, that fills from the back of the nose all the way to where the engine starts. So it gives a very slippery, very aerodynamic makeup. Now, the vehicle is designed to keep it on the ground. The aerodynamics of the vehicle is designed to keep it on the ground. So not only the dish of the nose pushes down at speed, but also the filling underneath keeps the air from balling up underneath the car and lifting the front end up. About the only thing that I'm not proud of on this 20,000 mile Daytona is the engine. Now, this car was originally spring green. Then it was painted at the dealer because I couldn't sell the car in California, silver with a mural of a cobra on the hood. And then after the original owner bought the vehicle, he painted it petty blue, basically. It's not quite petty blue, but it's pretty close to petty blue. And it was painted at an Earl Scheib, which really wasn't the best place back then to get a paint job done, but it was cheap. Underneath the hood is a perfect example of what happened in 1970-71 when you wanted to modify your car. There weren't all the outlets like there are now. There wasn't stuff available to dress up your engine. So basically, you just took your engine apart, and everything you could take off, you chromed. So this vehicle has chrome hood hinges, it has chrome valve covers, it has chrome nuts and bolts, chrome top to the master cylinder, and it's sad, but that is how I got the car. It is a very presentable car. It is a 20,000 mile car, but really none of this is correct. So we'll close the hood again. The thing that's probably the most recognizable about the Daytona toward modern cars today is the rear wing. Lots of cars have wings today, and that's because wings worked, and this wing does work. Now, this wing, this is one of the first cars to ever come with a wing, was created specifically so you could not only apply downforce to the rear end, so basically push the car down. It's an inverted wing. There's actually a wing profile here. Push the car down at high speed, but also so you can get the trunk open. Now, this wing is just as effective with it only being 18 inches high, about right here. But because we had to sell this car to the public, the wing was raised up to this height so that you could open the trunk and use the trunk. Now, some of the really cool things about the Daytona is right here. What you've got is you've got a fastback styling. Now, this wasn't just styling. The fastback was much more slippery, much more aerodynamic. So what they took is they took a basic charger and they put in a rear plug. So the window on a charger would come straight down. It was almost vertical right here. And then the sail panel would carry it out. Not glass, but glass here and then metal here. This, the rear window was taken out and a plug inserted into the body, let it in bondoed over, welded in place, and not only did they insert the plug, but they took the trunk lid and they could have cut a great deal off of it. Cut it out, custom made the trunk lid, custom made the roof, and custom made the hinges that hold the trunk lid. So kind of a custom car right from the factory. And even though these were expensive cars that from the factory, in fact they were more expensive than a Corvette, they lost money on every car they produced. All right, one last thing I forgot to tell you about. It's real distinctive, so I think it's important. These scoops that are on the top of the fenders, they're unique. You're not going to see them on any other car. Now, originally, this car, as a NASCAR car, was so low and the tires were so big that when the tire moved up on its suspension, when it hit a bump, it would rub on the top of the fender. Not very good at 200 miles an hour. So they cut holes in the top of the fenders and covered it with these aerodynamic scoops. Now that's on the NASCAR car. On the street car, there's actually a grill underneath the scoop that allows air that balls up inside of the wheel well at high speed to escape, giving you better aerodynamics, better grip to the ground. So that concludes my video. I want to invite you to come to ngdcars.com, northglenndodge.com, and visit us on our Facebook page. Learn more.